What's up, everybody? It's me, Lasersgo, back again with another video. Today, I wanted to talk about something that rears its ugly head. Anytime a show or movie comes out that involves child actors, and that is the sexualization of the child actors across fan fiction and on social media and all those types of platforms. And it's usually by adults that watch the shows, and if you didn't know, this behavior is basically a form of pedophilia. In today's episode, we're going to be talking specifically about the sexualization of the Stranger Things cast. Now, the issue really arises when the show comes out on Netflix for the new seasons. It happened in the first season, and it's also happened here in the second season, with the sexualization of these very young kids from Stranger Things. If you dive deep into a subreddit or maybe even Tumblr tags, you're going to find fan fiction or some type of sexualization of these characters. And some of these fan fictions and stuff like that, they're innocent. Let's not beat around the bush. Some of them are innocent and some of them are just, tangent continuations of what the actual plot of the show is, and that's fine. And, if you're making fan fiction about the love story between Mike and Eleven and whatnot, I mean, that's weird, but that's also understandable because I guess that's an actual plot point from the show. But every once in a while, you stumble across some of the stuff that's just so creepy, you got to say something about it. And that is where we are at today as a society and as fans of this TV show. If I guarantee you right now, if you go on some subreddit or you go on Tumblr, you can find some fan fiction about Mike and Will and how people are graphically describing things that they would do to each other. Or, you're finding people saying creepy things about Eleven in a chat room or on a forum. And that's not okay. That's just not okay. Basically, you can just find the pedophiles on the internet, and that's not hard to do, but you can find them. And if you find them, you should call them out. And the label pedophiles, it's one of those ones where it makes you it's hard to say it, makes you kind of cringe a little bit when you say the word pedophile, but it should, because people that are pedophiles are creepy and terrible. The definition of a pedophile, I wrote it down here, is this. Actually, a definition of pedophilia, not just a pedophile, but the definition of pedophilia. A psychiatric disorder in which an adult or older adolescent experiences a primary or exclusive sexual attraction to prepubescent children. In layman's terms, basically, that's being attracted to kids when you're an adult. I feel like that shouldn't have to be something I have to define for anyone on the internet or anyone in society. You should know what a pedophile is, but I think it's important to actually just read out the scientific book definition of it. It's also important because if you're on a forum and writing how sexy you think Eleven or Max is in Stranger Things, or if you think Lucas or Dustin is really sexy or something like that, and you're putting that on forum, that's basically pedophilia. You were being a pedophile. And some of you may think, well, usually it's just only men that are the pedophiles, and I can see how you'd come to that conclusion. Shows like To Catch a Predator and, a lot of the things you see in the news, it's always men being caught for child porn and being accused of being pedophiles. And just recently we had the Kevin Spacey incident with the actor when he was 14, and it's usually men. It is usually men that we hear about, but it's not always men. In this case with the Stranger Things cast, it seems to be women, females around my age of the mid-20s to late 20s, early 30s. What's worse is these kids from Stranger Things have come out, I'm pretty sure. I actually haven't seen any of the articles or found anything on media, but I've heard this on social media, so I'm just going off of what I've heard, that they are not okay with all the sexualization of them. And they are creeped out by it. But even if they aren't actually saying it publicly, you have to believe that these kids who are aged 13, 15, and 16, I think that's the ages of all the actual kids on the show, that they're not okay with them being sexualized and being talked about in fan fictions in erotic ways, and people on forums and chat rooms and stuff talking about how sexy they are when they're 13 years old. I'm 25 years old. I wouldn't want someone to be making erotic fan fiction about me. I'd be weirded out by it. So you can only imagine how a child who's growing up, going through life, hasn't even experienced anything yet, other than obviously they're on TV and they're like celebrities, but they haven't experienced any of that stuff yet, how they must be feeling. Imagine being asked about that at age 13, age 14, age 15, about someone making erotic fan fiction about you. How would you respond? I don't even know how I would respond. I don't know how I'd respond now at age 25. Now, we can't stop people from making creepy fan fiction. I understand that and I realize that, but what we can do is call people out when they do this creepy shit. We have to do our part to stop the normalization of the sexualization of children. We have to, because I shouldn't even have to actually say this out loud, but that shouldn't be a thing that happens in our society. It just shouldn't. If you're roaming your favorite social media site, if you're on Reddit, if you're on Tumblr, hell, you're on Twitter, if you're on Facebook, you're on LinkedIn, it doesn't matter. If you see someone talking about children in a sexual way, call them out on their bullshit, because that's the only way you're going to stop these people, publicly shaming them. Unfortunately, that's the only way. You can report them, you can do all those types of things, but you need to say something. You need to speak up. Even if you get flamed on those social media sites, it's okay. I'm telling you right now, it's okay, because there's going to be more people that are on your side than there are people against you. No one wants to support a pedophile. Trust me, no one's going to want to support the pedophile. Even if they think those things themselves, they're not going to want to come out and publicly support it. They will be on your side, because who really wants to say that they think about a 15-year-old in a sexual way like that on the internet, where everyone knows them and everyone can see it, and the internet's forever, we know. Just don't sit by and be silent. That's helping no one. And you're really just helping make it okay for these people to say these things about children. Like, you need to say something. I guarantee you, like I said before, it'll be better in the long run for you and for people in society. It'll be better in the long run. But honestly, guys, that is it for today's video. I just wanted to quickly touch on this topic. It's something that we need to talk about, and people are scared to talk about, and I understand, but we need to come out and just say it, that this creepy stuff in relation to the child actors in Stranger Things, and in general, child actors and child stars anywhere, the sexualization of them, it's not okay. It is 100,000% not an okay thing. If you think it's an okay thing, you need to get help, and, just get some help. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like down below, subscribe while you're down there, and let me know in the comments below if you've seen any of this type of stuff, and, what your thoughts are. What your thoughts about this are. Follow me on all my social medias. They'll be in the description. I think it's just Twitter down there, but follow me on Twitter if you guys want. Otherwise, I've been Lasersgo. I will see you guys next time.